Well, hey guys, Steph Records here. Well, I figured I'd make another update video on the SuperTech high mileage conventional 5W30 oil and what I think of it after 3 oil changes and 15,000 miles, if I like it or if I don't like it. So, here we go. I'm doing an oil change again today. I just hit 15,000 or 5,000 miles. So I'm doing my oil change, and these two are the ones I just used. My truck takes 6 quarts of oil, and I haven't even started it yet since I changed the oil. As you can see, I'm doing tire rotation. I've still got it up on jack stands. So it seems to be pretty good. I haven't really noticed any drastic changes. I mean, it still runs nice and smooth, and I don't know. It seems like it's pretty good oil after 15,000 miles, and I haven't really noticed any difference. I kind of got worried on the last oil change I did. It seemed like I burnt a lot more oil than usual, which I didn't know if that was because I was coming off of a synthetic blend, which was that Mobile 5000 I was using. I didn't know if it affected my seals or not, which I know it probably can. But I think it was this one. I make a mark on the back where I fill it up to out of my, you can't see it, but I got an oil drain pan. And last time when I filled it up, because this is the 5 quart, I fill it back up to reuse the container and I dispose of it. I only got 4.5 quarts out of 6 quarts that I put in, and I was like, man, that's quite a bit of burn for 5,000 miles, when I usually was only burning around half a quart to 3/4 of a quart of oil, which is pretty normal for a truck with, about 250,000 miles. A lot of them burn more than that. Usually some of them burn like 2 or 3 quarts, and you got to add oil. So mine, I think, is doing pretty good. But that was the mark. That was 5 quarts, and that's 4 quarts. So it was like 4.5 quarts. I was like, wow. It seemed like a bit much, but I wasn't really keeping track of the other ones. But I knew that they were usually around 5 quarts. It should fill that plus, part of that. So then this was the first one I did, which it's up here, which was like 5.5 quarts, almost 5 3/4. So that one was really full, and I was like, well, that didn't even hardly burn at all. Which I think that was the first one I did. And then the second one, it burnt quite a bit, which I was doing a lot more like in town driving and stop and go. So I'm thinking maybe it's just the harder accelerations and, kind of stress on the motor was more than my usual highway driving. And then this is the one that I just did, and you can see it's more up at the top again. So this was like 5.25 quarts, so 5.5. So burnt maybe half a quart, maybe a little more than half a quart, but 245,000 miles, and it only burns like a little over half a quart. I really can't complain. That's pretty good for a nearly 250,000 mile truck. So I'm sure on a newer vehicle it would be fine. On a naturally aspirated vehicle that calls for conventional, which I don't know which ones really call for conventional anymore. But I know a lot of the turbocharged cars that are like brand new 2019s, I mean, the dealership straight up says these will burn oil because they're turbocharged, and you'll burn like 1 to 2 quarts of oil in an oil change in like 7,500 miles. And I'm like, that's stupid. My truck's got 250,000 and I don't even burn that much. So anyways, guys, if you're looking at this oil, I've got 245,000 miles on my truck. It burnt maybe about 3/4 of a quart and 5,000 miles on conventional. This is API certified. It's got fairly decent ratings on their website, so it's not a bad oil. And yeah, this is the high mileage because I got a lot of mileage on my truck. So if you guys are thinking about using this oil and you're kind of wondering if it'll work or not, I have 245,000 miles. I drive 5,000 miles on an oil change because I do a lot of highway. I do about 20,000 miles a year on my truck, and I burnt about 3/4 of a quart. So there you go. Take it how you want it. I think it's pretty decent oil. Doesn't seem to burn any more or less than my other oil that I was using, which was Pennzoil. So have a good day. This is Steph Records. I'll see you guys later.